So you want to glow up. Once again, you're scouring all over the internet trying to find the best tips. How do I get more attractive? What do I do to become a Chad? How can I do this? But man, as a model, like I've told you with my other videos, I've got the weirdest, most unique ways for you to glow up and finally become handsome, finally become the Chad you've been dreaming about, man. So without further ado, I got 10 glow up tips today. Let's get it. The first glow up tip is actually going to create a lot of coping in the comments because it's going to be nofap. I want you to minimize watching the videos and touching yourself for a couple of reasons. Number one, you're going to have an increase in testosterone whenever you stop it. Whenever you don't ejaculate for 7 days, your testosterone boosts by up to 150% up to 7 days. And I've actually seen some Reddit forums of people doing long-term semen retention, and like a year later, the testosterone is much, much higher than whenever they began. The biggest reason I think it helps you glow up is going to be psychologically. So think about what pornography is. Watching these videos, seeing another girl that you like getting railed by another man. Now, I want you to put yourself in that position as if this was happening in real life. So every single day, on a daily basis, some of you guys multiple times a day, you're watching the girl of your dreams get railed in front of you. You're just in the corner touching yourself. You're in the room with them just watching. You are cucking yourself. This is subconsciously telling yourself, I'm not good enough. I don't deserve a girl like this. And it's gonna make you insecure. This is why people with this addiction, they get very insecure. They don't have a lot of confidence. And most of all, they don't want to go out and meet girls in the real world. The first time I did NoFap, I was 19 years old. And I never even got laid at this time. And I did it. And I got laid for the first time in a couple months. I think it was like 2 months. Got a girlfriend, everything right after I started doing NoFap. It's a psychological thing. A lot of you guys, you might be Chads already, but you're just jerking it, watching the videos obsessively, and it's screwing up your game. When I make these YouTube videos, I'm pretty loud and kind of obnoxious, kind of have a squeaky voice. But whenever I would talk to girls, whenever I was single, I would never actually talk like that. I would actually change the way I would speak. Now, this is actually going to be known as aspirating. This is going to be one of the biggest glow-up tips because you don't want to sound like me right now on a date. What you want to sound is sexy, slow, and most of all, aspirating. So the best example of this is kind of like Batman, but that's on more of the extreme end of things. So essentially, you want to talk as you're exhaling your breath. So, hey, my name's Austin. You know, it's just very subtle and sexy. Speaking is going to be one of the best ways to ruin your attraction. So let's say you look like a Chad externally, you go on the date, then you're just going on these monologues, your voice sounds squeaky and annoying. He's gonna get turned off. So you gotta learn how to aspirate. I cannot believe in 2024 a lot of you guys are out there still getting fades. Are you joking me, man? This is not popular anymore. Maybe 2015, 2016, but actually taking a trimmer to your hair does not typically look good. Now, more specifically, I never really talk about races, but whites, Asians, I don't think you should ever do a fade, man. It should always be scissor cut on the sides and back. Only races I would say could probably get away with it is going to be African American and Indian. Arguably, I still don't really think Indians could pull it off, but you want to stop getting these fades, man. You could do the curtains, you could do a fringe hairstyle, you can do a slick back, but please, at all costs, avoid the fade. Body positivity is going to be a word that no one seems to really understand. You see all these fat people on the internet like, oh, body positivity. I'm really positive because I'm fat with something I can completely control. That's not what body positivity is. Body positivity is if your eyes are too far apart and you learn to accept it rather than being insecure about it. Maybe it's the texture of your hair. You don't like it. You wish it was thicker. You learn to embrace that is what you're born with, and so on and so forth. Maybe you're past the age of 25, you can't grow any taller, you're only 5'11", and you're really sad about it. Body positivity is fully accepting this. So this glow up tip, everything that you got that you cannot control, you gotta rock it like crazy, man. You gotta get confident with it and embrace it. That's what body positivity is. But if you're out of shape, if you don't have the jawline that you want to, if there's all these things you can control and you're too lazy to do anything about it, you're just a lazy asshole at this point. That's not body positivity. Get out of here. Every 1 to 3 months, typically on average, I travel to a new country. I'm always traveling, and not just that, I'm always just going places, cafes with my laptop to get some work done. So one thing that I specifically need for my life is going to be a backpack. But you cannot just have any dorky backpack as an adult. Like you can't have the same Spider-Man backpack that you had in high school, the JanSport, the Canvas. It looks cheap. It doesn't really come off as bougie like you're that guy. So I think everybody should get a high quality backpack. Now it doesn't have to be expensive. Like I used to always rock just really high quality black leather backpacks. More recently I upgraded to the LB Josh backpack. This one, it's like the 2022 edition or something, but you want a very good backpack as an adult. This one, it's got the leather sleeves, wax-coated canvas. It's not super big, but whenever you're wearing it in public, you look more grown up. You knew it was coming, but every single person, you want to glow up, be as attractive as possible. You know the importance of height. You know that being a little bit taller will help you mog everybody and just feel more confident with yourself. But did you also know the height is only 60 to 80% genetic, 20 to 40% environmental? This is why me, with both my parents being 5'8", 5'9", grew to 6'6", because I actually optimized my potential. Now, the number one reason most people can't optimize it is because nutrient deficiencies. 92% of Americans across all social classes are deficient in basic vitamins and minerals. This actually shuts down IGF-1 human growth hormone, which closes those growth plates, meaning you cannot grow any taller. So the solution is going to be Titan Growth 2.0 on my website, kalosique.com, which has 500 to 1000% of all your daily required nutrients to optimize your height growth. Don't forget to pick up Hypno Sleep while you're there, which contains GABA, which boosts HGH by up to 400%. It also contains valerian root and melatonin, all scientifically proven to help you knock out and boost that HGH like crazy. Also, you gotta join Kayla's VIP. This is my School of Looks Maxing, where I got my 3-hour Looks Maxing Masterclass, 2-hour Height Growth Masterclass. Right now, I'm working on my Female Nature Masterclass. Every 2 weeks, we do a VIP call. It is the best school of self-improvement. Join now, link in the description box. The price is going up once we hit 120 members. A lot of guys, I see this all the time. Whenever you're in public, you sit down, you're standing, whatever it is, you are afraid to take up space. You're closed off. Whenever you're sitting, your legs are super close together. I want you to do something feminists absolutely hate, and this is going to be man spreading. So anytime you sit down, don't just make a little small fetal position. No. I want you to spread out. Get those legs out. Get those arms out. Whenever you're standing, take up space. When you're walking on the sidewalk, take up space. Everywhere you go, take up space. This is going to show an insane amount of confidence, and some people might think it's cocky, it's arrogant. I don't care, man. At the end of the day, don't bring yourself down just because someone's going to feel some type of way. Like when I film my walking videos, I walk and I take up the space, and people have literally tried fighting me whenever I'm filming those videos. Like a couple people have tried messing with me, and it never turns out well for them, but you're going to trigger some people, and it is fun. Your teeth is actually one of the biggest things that kind of comes to your attraction. Everyone wants straight white teeth that look beautiful. That's why a lot of people are getting veneers these days. But one of the easiest ways to get white teeth is going to be using a teeth whitener, but not just any teeth whitener. Like, we're not doing the Crest white strips. You're doing something I've always told you guys for the past 3 years. Opalescence 35%. You go a little bit lower, like 15-20% if that works as well. But essentially it's pure hydrogen peroxide, which actually intensely whitens the teeth. Like if you do 30 minutes an hour once, twice a week, your teeth will be insanely white within just a couple months. But do keep in mind that it will really mess with the enamel. Like if any excess teeth whitener gets past where you're trying to whiten, it's going to feel super sensitive. It's going to be more prone to chips, things like this. So this is actually why my teeth are a little bit yellow lately. Like I actually have the teeth whitener, but I don't really want to use it because I'm not too insecure about the teeth right now. But once it gets to a point, I will start it up again. To look more attractive, to build more muscle, lose body fat, to grow taller, literally everything, the body functions off HGH and testosterone. And one of the best hacks to boost both of these is going to be sprinting. So I want you to sprint 2 to 3 times a week, do 5 to 10 sets until complete failure. And you don't have to go until complete failure like the first set. You can warm up to it like 50%, 65, 75, 85. Fourth set, you're going 100%. And then you keep doing that. Essentially, you just sprint for about 20 to 30 seconds. You walk back to the starting place, and then you go again. This boosts HGH by up to 2,000%, as well as testosterone. It's one of the best things anybody could do. This one's a bit basic, but I think every single man out there should obviously be reading books. Now, I personally don't like reading. I feel like it's a waste of time. So we're going to specify audiobooks because audiobooks are so sick. You can be writing emails, you can be working on an e-commerce business while you are listening to some Robert Greene, man. And Robert Greene is also my favorite author. He's very intelligent whenever it comes to human psychology. I think if you're going to read anything, you're going to learn some knowledge. I think human psychology is actually going to be the best because whenever you're growing businesses, you're doing business partnerships, you're working with people, you got to learn how they think. You got to learn when people are trying to get power over you, whenever they're trying to mess with your head, because people will always do this, especially if you're a handsome, attractive man. So I think learning all about human psychology is one of the best things that you can do. Last but certainly not least is going to be exfoliating that skin. So to create new, fresh, glowing skin, you actually have to exfoliate the old dead skin cells. Otherwise, it won't really be regenerating. You got to get the collagen rolling. So I always exfoliate. So right now I'm using a Dermatology just exfoliating scrub. This one is great. It's very soft in general. I also sell one on kalosique.com. That's completely all natural. It is a coffee scrub with all natural oils in it as well. So it's going to exfoliate and moisturize the skin at the exact same time. So I think these are going to be the two best options when it comes to exfoliating. Make sure to always moisturize and use a little bit of SPF afterwards. But that is it, bro. 10 best glow up tips. Subscribe if you're new. Love you with all my heart. Peace.